We're Thunderbear Studios, so follow us.
Into lore and legends.
And all we ask is that you bring your imagination.
Welcome to, let's see, this would be the 4th episode of the Lord of Legends podcast. By this point.
This is our first segment that we're doing. So the first thing we did was a get to know you thing. That's a good out the gate starting kind of thing. We're going into our first segment, which is Hidden Gems.
Hidden Gems, which if you listen to the most recent little thing we did, that was what we like to call our sizzle reel. Let you kind of know what to expect from our channel. And one of the things that we mentioned was this Hidden Gems type project where we highlight movies, shows, books, other forms of media that we think don't get the credit that they deserve, or were handled poorly and should have been handled with much better dignity and grace, you could say. And the one that we're covering today definitely deserved much better dignity and grace than it got.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
But yeah, so that's what we're going to be talking about today. We should address the elephant in the room before we move on to this.
Or the elephant not in the room.
More appropriate description. You're only going to be hearing 2 voices today.
Yep.
And that's going to be the case for a lot of our non-story content for the foreseeable future. You see, when you're starting out a business, when it's 3 guys, tensions tend to run high, and
people say things, and you know, tensions are at their worst, and someone says something stupid.
Which,
you know, things just
which is a very common thing for Mikey to do. Often said stupid things.
Yes.
So he's not going to be with us for the foreseeable future. Not because we fired him or anything.
No, nothing like that. No.
He had to go get a job somewhere else temporarily.
Because that's kind of the thing about trying to start a podcast thing or even like a media thing. It costs a bit of money to do. And so does living.
Yeah, living does cost a good bit of money. Nice nickel.
And especially when you start out with a podcast and stuff like that, it doesn't pay anything.
No, not for a great while.
Not for a great while.
Probably our 1,000th viewer / fan follower is when we're going to see some dough.
Yeah.
So
like all of that is instantly going to go into paying off the stuff we've bought.
Yeah, we're gonna have to reimburse ourselves first before we actually see any financial gain for the company.
Yeah.
So if you guys think that we deserve to be paid more than we are currently, which is nothing, feel free, share, tell people that you know.
Yeah.
That would be stupendous because what's that saying about a single drop of sand in a bucket? Or am I mixing my metaphors?
I don't know. I only know the one of every little bit helps.
Yeah, that's true too. No. I think it's something about a drop of water in a bucket. I don't know. if you guys know what I'm trying to say, feel free to comment. That would be stupendous.
I don't
So,
know much about metaphors, so
Yeah, I mean, I do, but I oftentimes mix my metaphors. My favorite one to mix is what do you think I am? Rocket doctor
there you go.
or a brain
A
scientist?
brain scientist.
Those are fun. There's a name for that. Once again, can't think of it off the top of my head, but I'm sure you
Hmm.
lovely fans know. So wrap up what we were talking about. Mikey will be joining us again eventually.
Yeah.
He's just on sabbatical.
He's earning money so he can come back to being around where me and Paul are.
Yes.
So
Yes. So we shall begin what we were starting off with. Do you want to tell the lovely folks what the story we will be covering is?
all right. So for our very first hidden gems, we'll be going over the John Carter of Mars franchise, both the
Yes.
movie, and we'll be talking briefly about the books as well and that
Yeah.
kind of stuff, but mainly the movie
Mainly the
that
movie.
came out. Was that 2012?
2012, yes.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, the 2012 John Carter movie.
Yeah, it's this was my pick for the first one that we should do because in the intro that we did, I'm sure you'll probably remember I mentioned that I like sci-fi stuff. And when I first saw this movie, I was like, "Ah, this is right up my alley. It's got sci-fi. It's as campy as camp could get."
Oh yeah.
And when you look down deep, it's got a pretty interesting story. The overarching like universal lore and everything, I'm sure it delves further into through the books and everything. Gonna be honest, have not read the books yet, and I'm intending to. Just haven't found the time or the right avenue to do so. I'm more of an audiobook guy, so
Mhm.
finding them on my current audiobook apps has been a challenge. So, if anyone knows a good place to find it, let me know. But yeah, so the general overview of the story. You think that's a good place to start?
Yeah, general
Yeah,
overview.
general
is good.
overview. Former Civil War soldier, Confederate, in the West, looking for gold, due to circumstances, finds a cave that has some gold, but also has weird alien markings in it. A alien in the universe, they're called Therns, shows up and tries to kill him because he's invading on his territory. And also through, I wouldn't say wacky hijinks because the Thurn get shot. So I don't know if that classifies wacky hijinks. John Carter gets teleported. Come to find out, he gets teleported to Mars. He does not know that yet. So he gets there. He encounters the shoot. What are they called? The Green Martians. You have it right there.
It just calls them the green.
Just calls them
the
Green
Tharks.
Tharks. Oh, also awesome name.
Oh yeah,
That's
a really
a
cool
sick name. Tharks find him, capture him, kind of quote unquote enslave him while they're getting their children. Thark society's weird, by the way.
It is.
He eventually drinks a liquid that lets him breathe or understand their language. Blah 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 blah. Meanwhile, while that is going on with him, the grander overarching plot is the Red Martians, which are a little more humanoid than the Tharks are, You would think that they're human. They're essentially just humans with red markings on them.
Yeah.
It's
That was an interesting.
That's a funny way to just denote them as red Martians. Like, oh, they got red body paint.
Yeah.
Anyhow, they're at war between one city, one faction called Zodanga, and the other one that is called Helium. The princess escapes because she's supposed to be betrothed to the ruler of Zodanga. Zodanga are the bad guys, by the way.
Yes.
Didn't mention that.
They wear the red clothes.
Yes, and you can tell that Helium are good because they wear white and blue.
Yeah. Hmm.
Which, I mean, I'm sure at some point we'll talk about wardrobe choices distinguishing good and bad
Mhm.
in different things. But I mean, it's a stereotype for a reason. It just works.
Yeah, it just works.
Like you look at someone wearing red and black, and you're like, they're probably a bad guy.
That's probably a villain.
You look at someone wearing white and blue, it's very easy to consider them good guys. Another common one, white. Did I say red and blue?
I think so.
Scratch that. White and blue.
White and blue.
White and gold, also a very common one.
Yeah.
Anyhow, back to the plot. She's running away in their space. What would you call that?
Air glider ship?
Air glider ship thing.
Solar powered air.
Solar
glider.
powered air glider ship. John Carter sees them. Of course, he down deep is a good guy, even though his actions sometimes wouldn't make you think so. And he goes to rescue her, especially after he saw that she was an attractive woman. Been there, done that.
Yep.
Anyhow, fights off the Zodangans, and she sees that he's a very prominent fighter and has these super special powers. Forgot to mention that part.
Oh, yeah.
John Carter is essentially Superman on Mars.
Yes.
Yeah. Not invulnerable skin or anything, but he can jump super high, essentially flying, and
I think they never say it, but it's kind of implied that his reflexes are a bit better.
yes.
Because he's able to fight off a bunch of Zodangan guys.
Yeah.
Even though they're all really good soldiers.
Yeah,
So it's kind of implied that he's got better reflexes.
I think they also kind of try to explain that earlier and throughout by saying that he was a skilled swordsman when he was in the cavalry.
Yeah.
One minor complaint that I'll address now before moving on, and we'll address complaints later as well.
Mhm.
They do a lot of telling instead of showing.
Yeah.
At the very beginning, there's one character that just gives John Carter's whole life story,
Yeah.
and I'm like, that's not really necessary.
Yeah.
Just show us.
Mhm.
You don't have to. Anyhow, so Princess Dejah Thoris, she's like, this guy is great. We can use him to win the war. John Carter, obviously not the most thrilled or enthused to enter another war. That's a real big part of his character
Yeah.
arc. Being very adamant against fighting someone's war because the last one he fought in was kind of a fool's errand, and his wife and daughter died,
Mhm.
which in the movie they didn't really explain too well how or why they died. I'm sure in the books they explain better.
Probably. Yeah.
So the rest of the movie is him trying to find his way back home and her trying to convince him to fight for her people while, quote unquote, agreeing to help him find his way back home.
Yeah.
It takes her some time, but let's see. So that's the majority of the movie. Then the end. Of course, the two of them fall in love.
Naturally.
Naturally, that's kind of a given. She tells him that she figured out how he can go home after the Zodangans kind of recapture her. Man, I feel like this is a very bad summary of the movie. So, her father and his soldiers kind of pick her back up after she and John Carter escape from this other clan of Tharks. They're not called Tharks. I think they're technically called something else.
Yeah, I think they're called something. They're given a different name. It's mentioned like twice.
Yeah. Anyhow, let's just call them bad Tharks for now.
Yes.
They escape from them thanks to the help of her father's sailor ship thing.
Mhm.
But with him, surprise, surprise, is the Zadangan general king leader who offered a peace treaty to officially marry Deja. Now, the reason that he wants to marry her, aside from her being attractive, which I actually don't think he's that attracted to her, maybe. The Therns are encouraging him to take over Helium, destroy it. That way, Zondanga and he are the only ones in control of Mars because the Therns are essentially controlling him. They gave him this super weapon that's called the Ninth Ray. It's some sort of like bending of sunlight based on some of the things that they do. Anyhow, she agrees to marry him in exchange for peace. She tells John Carter how to get back home because she still thinks that he only cares about getting back home. There's a little subterfuge where she thinks he leaves, but he doesn't and stays. So on her way to marrying the bad guy, the head Thern captures John Carter and essentially divulges the entire plan to him. Another instance of, I think, showing, not telling, or telling, not showing.
Telling, not showing.
Maybe it's a little complicated to show, so I think some aspects you would have had to tell. Blah 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 blah. John Carter escapes, goes back to the Tharks. Through trial by combat, becomes the new leader of the Tharks, and then leads them to protecting. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. There's a spider, and I'm very distracted by it.
It's off somewhere else.
So he becomes the leader of the Tharks and leads them to go protect Helium from Zodanga because they're going to attack in the middle of the wedding. They win. Also, the arena scene where he does the trial by combat, that's so good.
So cool.
It is one of it is. I wish it was longer. That is my complaint with it. I wish it was longer.
Mm-hmm.
They win, destroy the, or not really destroy the Therns because they come back. John and Deja marry each other. Everything's hunky dory, happy, go lucky, happy ending, right? Well, the Therns come back, send John back to Earth. Now he's stuck and he can't get back to Mars and the love of his life.
Hmm.
So he spends a decade, I think. Is that how long? I don't think it actually says
I
how
don't think it
long.
does. I think it's hinted to be about 10 years, but it's never really
Yeah,
said.
he goes hunting for a good while to find another medallion, which is what the Therns use to get back and forth to get back to Mars. John, the ever clever boy, tricks the Therns into thinking that he did find one, but it was all a ruse to make them show up and try to kill him so he could steal their own medallion. Because when you are teleported to Mars, you're essentially photocopied to Mars.
Yeah.
Your body stays here in just perpetual
coma
coma.
state.
Yeah, that's the best way to describe it. And so he takes the medallion. Also, something that I didn't really need to explain at the beginning, but I need to explain now. This whole story, the whole movie, is essentially being read by John Carter's nephew, Edgar Rice Burroughs, who is also the writer,
The writer of the
of the
books.
books.
Yeah.
It's a very interesting idea that they had. I need to read the book because I don't know if they do that in the book.
I'll get into that in a bit later
Okay,
because
Jacob
I've
has
got a
knowledge
bit more
for
of a
us.
knowledge on that.
Okay, thank goodness Jacob has knowledge. So he's reading the book, and honestly, this is one of the funniest scenes where he's reading it, and John Carter says, while you're reading this book, they may have already tried to kill me." So Edgar, or Ned is what he calls him, closes the book quick and runs out to his crypt, and was like, how do I get in? They might have already killed him. I'm like, dude, you made him waste all this time
Yeah.
reading the story.
Should have
like,
just started with that.
Anyhow, he needed Ned to be like a guardian over his body since he's in a coma. And that's essentially how the movie ends.
Yeah.
Ned agrees to be his guardian. John goes back to Mars. And we assume everything's great after that.
Yeah. That's about and it was very clear from like the ending of the movie that they really wanted to do a sequel.
Yes. Oh man. There is we'll touch on this, but Disney definitely had plans with John Carter, but they fell through
Yeah.
for multiple reasons.
Mhm.
Yeah. So that was the premise. Might have been a little long. Hopefully you understood everything.
Mhm.
Anything to add?
No, that's about it.
Okay.
That's a good general overview of the movie. Watch the movie.
Watch the movie. I mean, hopefully us telling you all this stuff in this episode will convince you to watch the movie, but watch the movie.
Yeah.
It is good. I will say, so disclaimer for our conservative audience, which I'm sure at this point is majority of you. So there is brief language. No F-bombs or anything like that because it's PG-13. So it was also back when Disney actually cared about making semi-family friendly movies. So in that regard,
There are a couple mild swears, but something that they did in it, which I'm thankful for, is they used terminology. They used quote unquote Martian terminology for stuff.
Yeah.
So there's not a huge amount of language.
Yeah, no. When I say there's brief language, I mean brief. Maybe like 3 utterances,
Yeah.
if that, of like distinguishable ones like we would know about. Most other things are like Martian terminology,
Yeah.
which you're like, that's probably what that means. Other thing to note, the Prince. Well, okay. First, I'll start with John Carter. John Carter spends almost the entire movie shirtless.
Yeah.
So,
There is one scene where near the beginning.
oh yeah, he's
With
also
some-
briefly naked.
Yeah.
You don't see anything.
Yeah.
A little side cheek, but it's like blink and you'll miss it.
Yeah.
But also the princess does wear some clothing that is not fully covering. Her midriff is showing in one outfit, and think in the same outfit she has a little bit of cleavage showing.
Yeah.
But for the most part, you'd have to be looking for it in order to notice it,
Yeah.
honestly. But just wanted to put that out there. That
It
way
is-
you go into it aware.
Yeah, it is PG-13, so there's some stuff in there that is not good for younger kids.
Yeah.
If you have like
VidAngel.
VidAngel,
If you have VidAngel,
it clears up everything
yeah,
that's bad.
it'll
in
clear
there.
it up, and you won't miss anything.
Hardly anything.
Hardly
yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
That's one thing. That's one thing that I miss about movies in general, where they don't have dialogue-rich scenes where people are like completely naked or in the middle of a sex scene or
Constantly swearing.
constantly swearing. I'm like, come on. Can you at least try to make it for people who don't
like
indulge in that stuff?
Yeah.
So yes, that is something to be aware of
Mhm.
if you choose to watch this movie. But like I said, movie's great. I mean, highly recommend. Highly, highly recommend. What's a good segue to work into next?
I would say probably like a why is it underrated kind of thing, or how it got to be underrated.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's a story. So, disclaimer, I owe most of my knowledge about this to just YouTube videos that I've seen on the matter because I was wondering, why did Disney kind of drop the ball on this? I wish I could remember who it was that I saw at first. So I want to say it was Super Mackie on YouTube that I first saw. I want to make sure that he gets credit. I'm pretty sure that's who it was that I first saw this video on, explaining why Disney first picked up this project and why they kind of dropped the ball. So for a long time, Disney was looking for their next big blockbuster sci-fi thing. This was pre-purchase of Star Wars, so that's why, of course, they weren't using that. And I'm trying to think, who had they been trying to compete with? When did the new Star Treks come out?
Probably would have been in that 2011, 2012 area. The Abrams Star Trek.
So his first one came out 2009.
Oh yeah.
So okay, yeah,
Yeah,
right in
so they
that
would've been-
in that time period.
they
That's
would've been
probably
fighting
who they would have been trying to
Top.
outclass.
Yeah.
So after the success of that, Disney's like, we need to jump on this now and find our own. Which is kind of the norm for a lot of Hollywood,
Yeah.
especially now. I don't think you probably noticed it too much back then, but now it seems like everyone's always trying to outdo each other. I kind of take that back. Stallone and Schwarzenegger were always trying to outdo each other.
Each other.
So in that regard,
Yeah. Everyone
Yeah.
in the entertainment business is trying to make a movie that will make more money than everybody else. So they're always fighting to get IPs and franchises that will make them a ton of money. I mean, that's why
Mhm.
Disney bought so much that
Oh yeah,
so
I mean
much stuff.
they Hmm, have to be careful what I say. Um, you might hear my opinions on Disney at some other point. I will choose not to do it now. So anyhow, they bought John Carter, the rights to John Carter, to hopefully get into the sci-fi franchise business. John Carter, the story had actually been in development as a movie for a long time. This knowledge I also owe to Mr. Sunday Movies. Thank you, Mr. Sunday Movies. Um, they were actually planning to make it the first animated movie
Oh wow,
before Snow White,
I didn't know that.
but then Snow White beat him out, which would have been interesting because
Yeah.
especially they were trying to get Harryhausen
Oh,
to do
okay.
the stop motion for everything. So that would have been interesting.
Interesting.
I think that would have been really. Oh man, the arena scene.
Ooh,
Ooh, listen,
yeah.
the arena scene. Watch it. You will understand why we think that would have been great. Ray Harryhausen, also for folks not in the know, was essentially the stop motion animation guy back in like the what 60s. Pretty sure he did Jason and the Argonauts, right? Yeah.
Argonauts,
So
yeah.
if you guys are
If you want to watch, see, like most of the time when we think of movies from that far back, it's like, oh, they're really weird and bad looking because they didn't have CGI. The stop motion things that are done in Jason and the Argonauts are better than some modern CGI. No kidding.
It's crazy what they did. If you've been on the internet for any amount of time, you may have come across the clip of this guy fighting skeletons on a
Mhm.
cliff. That's Jason and the Argonauts. So yeah, give that a look too. Where was I? Buying it. Oh yeah, so in development for forever. Disney finally buys it, and they going through it, doing pretty well. The guy who made Finding Nemo, I believe,
Hmm.
directed it. First live action movie for him, also. Finding Nemo, Wally, yeah. So like to the outside observer, you would think that this is like a shoe in for Disney to make
Yeah.
tons of money. I mean,
It was-
not well-known IP, like especially well-known IP,
Mhm.
but I think that they had enough people who at least heard of Edgar Rice Burroughs, and they had plenty of material.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there's like what
11.
11 books in the John Carter uh universe. So like all they had to do was not mess up.
Mm-hmm.
And then they messed
And
up.
then they messed up.
Because they bought Star Wars.
Yep.
So they thought, we don't need this guy anymore.
Mm-hmm.
All we need is Star Wars.
Yep. We don't need another big sci-fi franchise because we just bought a big sci-fi franchise.
The biggest sci-fi
Sci-fi
franchise. Yeah. So they kind of let John Carter just go by the wayside.
Yeah.
And it's a shame.
It is. Because, like, one of the biggest hits to it was the fact that once they had Star Wars, they stopped advertising
Yeah.
this movie.
Yeah.
So it was not like a horrible box office bomb, but it bombed, which meant there was no chance ever that it was going to get a sequel because
Mhm.
it didn't make the money back.
Yeah. I mean, what was the box office for John
We'll see
Carter?
down there.
Where so budget was
3.
306 million gross, 263 million net. Box office was 284. So
It
yeah,
barely missed it.
it with both numbers, it's still really bad.
It barely missed the mark, but even though it missed, that's still a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
And if they would have advertised it more and put a bit more love and attention into it,
Yeah.
it could have easily made its budget back.
Well, you know the biggest moneymaker for franchises like this. Toys.
Toys.
I will say this movie does not have the most potential for toys like Star Wars does. Or well, I was gonna say Star Trek either. Star Trek doesn't really have that much potential for toys.
Yeah, not the biggest
Um,
amount.
But there was still plenty of potential for toys.
Yeah.
Like the dog thing.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't mention in the recap, but the dog, like there's an alien dog that essentially ingratiates itself to John. That as a toy or a plushie,
Oh, yeah, that would have been
Ki-
so good.
kids would love that.
Yeah.
The white apes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. Can you okay, picture with me a Lego set.
Oh,
Arena
yes.
scene, white apes, John Carter fighting them. That would have
Yes.
been phenomenal.
That would have been sick.
That would have been so good.
Lego sets with the Tharks. That would have been so cool.
Oh, that would have been interesting how they did the 4 arms.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder, because Tharks have 4 arms. So figuring that out Lego wise, I wonder if they would have tried to do like a General Grievous thing.
Maybe. Or they might have tried to do like a Lord Garmadon thing. For
Garmadon.
Ninjago.
Oh, would that have been before Garmadon?
Probably, yeah.
Oh man, pre Garmadon.
Well, at least pre-forearm
Yeah.
Garmadon.
Oh, that would have been interesting.
Yeah.
That would've been
But like there was a ton of merchandise options that they could have gone with, but nothing.
the air flyers.
Oh yeah.
That would, as a toy set, no matter what, Lego, Hasbro, what have you, that would have been phenomenal.
That would have made bank.
And I think Disney knew there were potentials for toys.
Mm-hmm.
They just didn't care anymore.
Yeah. They had what was going to work for them. And it's like, oh, we don't need it anymore.
Yeah.
Because, like, even the Avatar The Last Airbender movie got Lego sets.
Yes.
And
It
that
should not have gotten Lego sets.
it should not have gotten Lego sets. But the Lego sets were cool.
Yeah. Man.
So much merch options.
So
And,
much
like,
merchandise.
Looking up on the internet, there was nothing. They made
No.
zero merch for this thing.
Wow. Even okay, this shows you how much Disney didn't care about this. Even the Prince of Persia and the Lone Ranger got Lego sets
Yeah.
and other types of action figures merchandise stuff.
Yeah.
We might cover those as well at some point, but even those 2 movies, which I would say are at the same level, if not slightly worse than this.
Yeah. I would put the Prince of Persia pretty on.
Yeah, Prince of
equal
Persia
footing.
is par, I would say.
Lone Ranger, I'd say, is a little bit under.
A little
but
bit, yeah. But man, merchandise is really the way to making money back
Yeah.
on something like this, and they just completely dropped the ball.
Mhm.
So that essentially is why the John Carter movie failed as a franchise with Disney. They
Yep.
just completely gave up once they had a new shiny toy to play with.
Mhm.
And then they broke that toy.
Yeah. That's for
That's
That's
for
for
another
another
for
one.
another episode.
yeah.
Trust us, we have opinions on Disney Star Wars.
Oh yes.
and we do not have time in this episode to talk about them. But
We could
yeah.
do an entire series on our thoughts about Disney Star Wars.
we probably will do an entire series on our thoughts.
Probably.
But like we said, for another time. So what made this a good story in
Yeah.
our opinions? Because I mean that's why we're covering a lot of this stuff. Like, yeah, it's a cool, entertaining movie. But like, what makes a story good?
hmm See, a thing that stuck out to me, because we watched through it like a week before making this
Yeah.
recording, and watching through it, something stuck out to me. Because I took a couple classes, a couple literature classes, and then at one of them talked about some earlier fiction books and stuff like that. And I also watched a few videos on it as well. And one thing that really stuck out to me was the beginning of it was very much um what you would expect from a book series from that time. So it was the beginning especially was very by the numbers
Mm-hmm.
from a series from that time.
Yeah.
Because
Which when did Edgar Rice Burroughs
like
release that?
1911.
Created in 1911. 1911.
Yeah. So like before Tolkien, like Tolkien,
Mhm.
after
Oh,
Tolkien
yeah.
and stuff
Ooh.
like that, there was a major shift in how fantasy and sci-fi books were written.
Mm-hmm.
Before that, sort of the norm was it starts out with a narrator telling you, I received this from someone, or this happened to me, and here is my retelling of what happened from their perspective.
Okay.
So when it showed Edgar Rice Burroughs as the nephew reading it, I was very much, that feels very much like that.
Okay. All right.
And
So props to them for that.
yeah, props to them, because like back then that was very normal. That was how you told stories. After Tolkien, completely different. That's not how you tell stories.
Yeah.
It's not this happened to me or this was told to me. And it was much more of a, this is something completely different. I have no touch in it. There's no, I'm not affiliated with this at all. This happened somewhere else, completely fictional.
Yeah. In some cases, a galaxy far, far away. In Tolkien's example, a prehistoric past of Earth.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure we'll cover Tolkien. His idea for that, crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Anyhow.
So, like, a movie with that kind of opening feels interesting.
Yeah.
Because while it was mainstream back when it was written, it's not nowadays. So we look at it and go, oh, that's an interesting idea. It's like, oh, that's fresh and new. That's not something we're used to. So I enjoyed that aspect of it, because like, oh, this is like them trying to say, oh, this happened to me. I know what's happening here. I read this from something. It makes it feel a bit more personal.
Yeah.
So I personally enjoyed that a bunch as an aspect of it. And I think that's one of the ways that made it really good.
Okay. Interesting. I agree with the this happened to me thing. If I were to remake it, I think that they should have sped up the beginning a little bit.
Yes.
I think because like we said in the description, the movie starts with him. Well, technically the movie starts with Ned, but the movie starts with John in the Wild West, Arizona, I
I think so.
and that's like the first 10 minutes.
15 minutes.
15 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
it did not need to be 15 minutes long.
No.
Um,
I think he gets to Mars at like the 16-minute mark and then just kind of meanders around and doesn't do anything for the first 4 minutes.
yeah.
So it takes 20 minutes for us to finally get to John Carter on Mars doing stuff.
Yeah, which makes you wonder if the lead up to that was that necessary.
Yeah.
I don't think that you really needed to know that he was a prospector in Arizona looking for gold.
I
At
definitely
least
think,
not 10 minutes worth.
yeah, I definitely think they could have cut it down to maybe like 5-ish minutes and then sprinkle a bit more of the details in the rest of the movie as he goes along.
Yeah, I would agree with that. One thing that I liked, which kind of ties into with that, is John's arc of
Mm,
going from I don't care about anything, I don't care about your war, your cause. I'm in it for me and what I can get out of this. And you see glimpses throughout the movie of why he starts off with that ideology. Like we said, he was in the Civil War, um, Confederate side, but at some point, he and or not he, his wife and his daughter are killed.
yeah.
Now it's made to seem like they were killed because of the Civil War, or they were killed because he was gone fighting in the Civil War.
Mm,
It's not too clear in the movie what the real cause is. That's one complaint that I have with it. I think that they should have cleaned up the flashbacks a little bit.
yeah.
But like understandably, if you go off to fight a war which your side ultimately loses, and justifiably, make that point clear first.
Yeah. And your
Confederates are
side
losing.
was
You-
not the good side.
You were the bad guys.
Yeah.
You're not gonna want to go fight in any war again. I mean, like
Yeah.
I'm sure he was bought into the ideology, but after that, like I'm not fighting for anyone's ideology after this. I'm just gonna look
Yeah.
out for myself. But throughout the movie, he sees what that type of mentality brings and sees like, okay, I to steal from Spider-Man, with great power comes great responsibility. I
Mhm.
have these powers here on Mars. These people are in need of help. I need to help them.
Yeah.
And it's through the power of love, you could say that he really turns around and realizes, hey, no, there are causes worth fighting for.
Yeah.
Some of them are love, some of them are just looking out for people being trodden upon by those stronger than them. And I think that that is a good story.
Yeah.
That is probably the reason that I think that this is a good story. It shows that there is more to life than looking out for yourself.
Yeah.
Um, we, we're not going to keep it a secret that we're Christians, and so a lot of our ideologies about storytelling stem from the Bible and the principles that are found in that and the
Mhm.
truths that God gives us through it. And that message of there's something higher than yourself that you should strive towards
Mhm.
is a common story arc in a lot of stories. And some people might wonder why that's the case. And the reason is because it's a fundamental truth.
Yep.
Looking out for yourself is only going to bring pain and misery.
Mhm.
You're not going to get much farther than the things on this earth. when you're just trying to get the next shiny toy or make it to the next whatever. You have to find a purpose in life.
Yep.
For Christians, our purpose is serving God and sharing the truth with those around us. In the instance of John, his purpose was helping the Bread Martians fight off the oppressors and give them the freedom that they were looking for.
Yep.
So I think that this is a good instance of, even though it's not the exact same correlation, this is a good example of there's more to life than what's here on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
That's my opinion on what makes John Carter a good story, aside from all the action and stuff.
And I liked in the movie that an aspect that I really enjoyed was John Carter, yes, was the hero. He had phenomenal powers that he could use. He's not the one that did everything.
Oh, yeah. He wasn't a Mary Sue.
Yeah, he wasn't a Mary Sue. He wasn't the only person that was important in the story.
Mm-hmm.
There were other people in the story that did stuff that added to it, that helped the story along. It wasn't just John Carter does everything and everyone just sort of follows along behind him and he wins at the end of the day. No.
I mean, I would say that Deja plays just as prominent a role in the outcome of the whole quote unquote war, because she's a, well, I'm gonna retract what I was going to say. I was going to compare her to Leia, but Leia should actually be compared to her because she came first. I'm pretty sure that George got a lot of stuff from this in for Star Wars. This and Dune. I mean, you look at both of these and you're like, oh, that's Star Wars-esque. Deja Thoris and Princess Leia are two female protagonists that do quote unquote girl boss the right way.
Yeah.
They are competent. They don't really need the male protagonists in their story in order to be successful, but they help her, if that makes sense.
It's sort of the idea of they don't need the man there to be a person, but yet also they're in an extreme condition where they need help from someone.
Yes, yeah. It doesn't matter who the person is. They need assistance. And there's nothing wrong with needing assistance.
Oh, yeah.
Just because you need help doesn't mean that you're incompetent. That's often a life lesson that is hard to overcome.
Yeah.
But yeah, she is a phenomenal protagonist. Tars Tarkus, or is that?
Tars Tarkus.
Tars Tarkus. There was someone else named Targus, isn't there? I can't remember.
There was the female Thark that went with them.
Yeah, her name was like Sola or something.
Yeah.
So I think I'm thinking of the guy that takes Tars Tarkus' place.
Yeah.
His name is like Targus.
Talhalgus.
Yes, yeah. Anyhow, Tars Tarkus, great guy, played by Willem Dafoe. Well, we also didn't really say who plays in this. It doesn't really matter.
Doesn't really matter.
Willem Dafoe, phenomenal. Tars Tarkus is also pretty significant in this because he kind of takes John under his wing and like helps integrate him into Thark society. And I know we've harped on the arena scene so much, but at one point, Tars Tarkus, when he finds John, he's like, "Oh, this is my new like secret weapon because he can jump and he can fight." and he calls him in Martian it's my right arms, but the name that he gives him is, I'm blanking on it. It's like Tomar Sojat or something.
Uh,
Dotar
Dotar.
Sojat.
Dotar Soldier.
So Tars Tarkas names John Dotar Sojat, which means my two right arms. Of course, he's hesitant to accept that because he's not on board with being on an alien planet and being their fighter. But in the arena, after he wins, well, no, is it before or after he wins the trial by combat? It has to be before. It has to be
Yeah, it's
before because
before.
they're proving that he is a Thark in order to have any right to
Be in charge.
Be in charge. He it's so good. He has this speech about I am Dotar Sojat, and who will pledge their steel to mine, and everyone in the crowd just unsheathes their swords and are like, we're with you. And, it's so good.
It's so
It's epic, and we wish that it was longer.
Mm-hmm.
But where was I going with that?
I don't know.
Tars. It's because of Tars helping him and like ingratiating him into Thark society that he's able to do that. And by doing that, John now has an army to go save the woman that he loves. So like it's like the little things in the story that you don't think will be important, but they do become important. And it's that's one of the great things about certain stories. Yeah. What else?
Well, like, I really liked in it that John Carter felt like he became a part of the Tharks.
Yes.
Because, like, most of the time when you have that kind of trope in a movie where it's like he gets adopted into a family thing and then takes over it by the end, it feels very forced. It's like, oh, he's only been here like for 3 days and he hasn't done anything, and all of a sudden we're all following him. But no, like, he went through the process that their children go through to become Tharks. He was adopted by a Thark mother who took care of him. He became the right hands to the head of the Tharks. He helped them in battle and all that sort of stuff. And he went through the whole process. And he went through the process to become their leader. By their own laws, he went through that right process. And it felt
natural.
It felt natural.
I think that is also a prime example of it needed to be longer.
Yep.
I will say this in a lot of things that we'll cover on our channel. If you are making content from a book, it should be a TV show.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be a movie.
Yeah.
Because you can do it justice much better by releasing episode by episode, like hour episodes, to cover a chapter or multiple chapters. And it gives you the time that you need in order to build these relationships with these people. For the instance that we just gave, if John being in Thark society was 2 episodes, that would have been way stronger.
Oh, yeah.
By the end of it, when he claims leadership from them.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been so much better. The pull and the weight of him challenging for right to be the leader, that would have been phenomenal. Phenomenal.
Been so good.
Yeah.
And that, my thoughts on it is, if they were still going to have it be a movie, they should have split the movie into a trilogy.
Yes.
Because there was a lot that they went over in that movie that should have been multiple movies. Because I get the fact that they really wanted to do the plot of the first book as the movie, but it's a It's a big book. It's not a small book,
Yeah.
and there's a lot in there. So it's very easy to just cut it into 3 bits and have that be a trilogy.
Alternatively, this might have been a harder sell, but if Disney was fully on board with the movie like they should have been, I think they could have achieved it. Have a Lord of the Rings length movie.
Yes.
I think that they could have completely done a close to 3 hour movie. I mean,
Yeah.
it's already
I think it's like 2.5.
2.5 thereabouts. Just tack on another half hour. I mean, it's not going to kill you. It's 132 minutes.
So 2 hours 10.
210. Yeah, tack on another 50 minutes.
Yeah.
It's going to benefit you more than it's going to kill you. I honestly, John Carter could have been Disney's Star Wars and Lord of the Rings.
Yep. Because it does have that feel of both of them. It
Mhm.
feels sci-fi while also feeling fantasy.
It's this is why we say it is a hidden gem and it is a missed opportunity.
Yeah.
It had so much potential. It still has so much potential.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps in a future episode, we could potentially say how we would have written it better.
Mm-hmm.
What we would have done with the John Carter franchise if we were execs at Disney, or if we were to somehow get the rights to John Carter.
I mean, it isn't owned by Disney anymore.
Oh,
It's back in the estate of the writer.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you would like to see us make the proper John Carter movie, TV show, what have you, fund us, and we will buy the rights
Yeah.
to John Carter,
Like-
because we would more than love to do this. I would more than love. I can't speak for my fellow business partners here.
100%. Like, that would definitely be something that's like years down the line, but it's available,
Yeah,
and it's like that needs to be.
it needs to be done properly.
Yeah.
I mean, if Dune can have killer movies, I think that John Carter deserves to have killer movies.
Easily.
Which also, side note, it should have been titled Princess of Mars, which was its original title.
Yeah.
The book title, way better than John Carter.
Yeah, because they just called it John Carter, not John
Carter.
Carter of Mars.
It was originally titled John Carter of Mars, but that was around the same time that a lot of Mars named movies that kind of flubbed came out.
Yeah.
Mars Needs Moms, other Mars movies. So they're like, we need to not touch that with a 10-foot pole.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just John Carter.
Yeah, I mean, just looking through the Wikipedia on it is really interesting, because Wikipedia says it had one of the worst marketing campaigns in movie history.
Yeah, it just had posters.
Yeah.
Just had posters with John Carter and a weird red hue to it.
Yeah.
I'm like,
So,
that doesn't tell you anything.
Yeah. So, like, if anyone had, if people had no idea of what John Carter was, they would have no clue.
Yeah.
What this movie
They'd be like,
was.
what is this? Why should I go see it?
Yeah. And like, there were barely any trailers for it.
Yeah, no.
Because like, looking through, like, my family has a ton of DVDs, especially from around like the 2010 2012 era. That would be primarily when they would be running advertisements. Nothing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man, that is.
Yeah.
When we say they dropped the ball, we mean they dropped the ball. You almost would have to want a movie to fail for it to be handled this poorly.
Yep.
But despite their poor attempt at releasing it, the movie still is good.
It is.
It has phenomenal moments, a lot more humor than you would expect, and actually good humor. Not just like your crude poop, whatever burp stuff that most stuff has nowadays.
Yeah.
It's like actually funny scenes. We already mentioned the one at the end. Spoiler alert, by the way, but sorry.
Yeah.
There's another one where they go to the wrong city.
Yeah.
And Tarkus slaps John on the back of the head because, like, why'd you take us here?
Yeah,
We weren't
because
even
like,
supposed to be here.
yeah, 'cause there's like a guard who said, "Yeah, there's only like a small garrison here. The rest of us are over at the other city." And John's like, "Oh," and Tar slaps him on the back of the head. It's beautiful.
It's hilarious. It's funny.
It's a great movie.
It's a great movie. If you learn nothing else from this episode of our podcast, learn this. John Carter, great movie, deserved better. You should watch it. Anything else that you wanted to add about it?
Not really.
A couple
no.
of things that I wanted to say just about the actors. Phenomenal cast, honestly.
Oh yeah.
A lot of them not your typical cast. Like you would have to know them from pretty niche specific things.
Mhm.
The two protagonists, John Carter and Deja, played by Taylor Kitsch and Lynn Collins. Most people probably know them from Wolverine Origins. They're both in that movie.
Yeah.
They're both good. I think Taylor Kitsch. I think the biggest problem with him was he was often cast in roles that weren't the best fit for him
Yeah.
and his acting style. I think a lot of people would accuse him of being kind of stiff. I've seen him in other movies. He's actually pretty good. I mean, he's good in this.
Mhm.
Lynn Collins, she's really good. She does a good job of portraying the female boss protagonist, like we said. Mark Strong, always a classic. I mean,
Yeah.
he's one of those people that shows up in everything, and you forget he is who he is because he just blends in so well
Mhm.
with whatever movie he's in.
And there's like a couple actors in there that like, really, they were in that movie? Like, why? I never thought that I would see them in this movie. And it's like there are even parts of it where it's like, oh, they were in that movie?
Yeah.
Like Ned,
Oh yes.
Edgar Rice
Yes.
Burroughs, is played by the kid from Spy Kids.
Kid from Spy Kids. Yeah.
It's like,
That's crazy.
what?
Yeah. Which I think one of the reasons for that was the director of Spy Kids was at one point going to direct this movie.
Yeah.
So I think he came on board when he was still in charge,
Mhm.
which makes a lot of sense. Also, Kieran Hines and James Purefoy both are like they're good and hilarious in this movie. Kieran Hines, he's another one of those guys that just shows up randomly and you don't realize who he is until you like go looking and investigating in it.
Yeah.
The thing that those two are probably the most famous from and also good in, I cannot endorse this. I've only seen clips of them. But the HBO Rome show. They're both in that
Yeah.
as Caesar and Mark Antony. James Purefoy has some funny stuff from the Rome series. Once again, cannot endorse it.
Yes.
It's from HBO and they have loose standards. But both Kieran Hines and James Purefoy are great actors, funny, both in that and in this. Yeah, so that's my recommendation of those two. But yeah, no, like you said, like Just random people
Like-
show up.
Bryan Cranston.
Yes, Bryan Cranston at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
He plays a cavalry captain or a colonel,
Yeah.
something like that.
And
And
he's just there for a bit.
Yeah.
And then he's gone. And I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
why was Bryan Cranston here?
what?
It's like
That's crazy.
just off on a side quest.
Like how many interesting movies can I be in? First I'll do this, then I'll do Power Rangers.
Yeah, I forgot he was in Power Rangers. Oh.
I don't know what category we would cover that in, but maybe we'll cover Power Rangers at some
Maybe.
point. That's an interesting one.
That is an interesting one.
Yeah, no. That's basically all I wanted to say about the cast.
Oh,
It was good choices. I don't think that there was a miscast in any of them. In fact, I would say there should have been more scenes with almost everyone,
Yeah.
and it would have made it 10 times better.
Oh, yeah. I think the main problem it has is that it's way too fast.
Too fast.
Everything's
Need to be
going
slowed
by.
down.
Just pump the brakes a little bit. Maybe bring it up to like a 3-hour long movie,
Yeah.
which is long.
But, I mean, there's
Lord-
evidence that it can be done.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings did it.
Lord of the Rings.
And they did it and it was enjoyable. And like, if you did it with this, it would add to the epicness, I think. I
Mhm.
don't think it would take away from the epicness of it.
I don't think you would be sitting in your seat thinking, when is this movie going to be over? I think you'll be glued the whole time. And by the time it is over, you'll be like, wow, that was a fast 3 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that really covers it. Is there anything else that you wanted to say about one thing we should address, the score.
Oh, the score.
The score is phenomenal. Like the
Oh,
main
yes.
score for John Carter, go and take a listen to it. As soon as you stop listening to us, go listen to the main John Carter score.
It's really good.
It is really
Done
really
by
good.
Michael Giacchino.
Yeah, Michael how do you say
I
his
think
name?
it's Giacchino.
Giacchino. I think it's Giacchino.
Giacchino.
Yeah.
I think so.
He's like one of the top 3
Oh, yeah.
composers out there. I mean, it's like John Williams, Hans Zimmer, Michael Giacchino. Those 3, you see their names on a movie, you know, if nothing else, the score is going to be on fire.
It's going to be so good.
Yeah. But CGI too.
Oh,
CGI.
CGI. Amazing.
Amazing.
It feels like the Star Wars prequels, their CGI stuff,
Yes.
but better.
Better. It's sharpened.
Yeah.
It doesn't have the, like, there's certain Star Wars CGIs where you can tell there's a weird disconnect from the background and the foreground. With this, it almost feels like they're actually there interacting with those beings and creatures.
Yep.
It's done really, really well. Who they used did a great job.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Really good. So, yeah, I think that's pretty much
Yeah.
all of our thoughts on
That pretty much covers
Yeah.
it. I mean, these hidden gems aren't really that in depth per se. I mean, we kind of went in depth with this one, but like the main point of these is to say these are movies we like. We think people should see more of them.
Yep.
Because they didn't get the attention that they deserved when they first came out, and probably still aren't getting the attention they deserve. And then like almost anything that we cover, what makes it good? What makes it a story worth telling?
Yeah,
And I think we covered that.
I think so. Yeah, just at the end of it, the goal of the hidden gems thing is to get more people aware about these hidden gems because they're good.
Mm-hmm.
They're gems. So, like, if our rambling for about an hour and 20 minutes, well, it'll probably be closer to like an hour-ish once we've
Yeah.
cut it all down. But if our rambling has caused you to want to watch the John Carter movie, go for it.
Do it.
If you need to like
Do it.
put on the VidAngel thing for the things that we mentioned at the beginning, it doesn't take away from it.
No, it
It's
doesn't.
still worth it
It's
to watch it.
worth your time. It's worth. Is VidAngel a subscription based thing? I'm not sure.
Maybe.
Whatever it is, like however you need to get VidAngel, it's worth it if it's to watch this movie.
Yeah.
You will be thankful that you did, because this is entertaining. It's a movie that you can sit down with the family, watch for over 2 hours, a little over 2 hours, and walk away feeling entertained.
Yeah. Yeah. I would agree with that statement.
So go on, do it.
It'll be fun.
You'll love it. Next time we will be covering. Are we gonna be doing a franchise deep dive next time? We're talking about.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think we'll do a franchise deep dive next time, just so that
The-
we're spacing things out.
The one we talked about.
Yeah, the one
Okay,
we talked
all right.
about.
Well, we'll leave it a little bit of a surprise for you folks, just in case we change our mind. Also build up anticipation,
Yeah.
but perhaps a hint, a little clue is you're gonna want to open your closet and get a nice coat for winter. I don't think that's giving too much away.
I don't think that's giving too much
I
away.
think they might be
For-
able to figure it
For
out.
those who know.
For those who
they'll
know.
get it.
For those who know, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that has been Lore to Legends episode. Hidden Gems, John Carter. We are grateful that you decide to stop by and listen to us.
Yeah.
Our semi-coherent ramblings. We hope to catch you next time, and that you continue to like, subscribe, share. That's the only way we can improve and get better.
And one day purchase the rights to John Carter to do it ourselves.
Indeed. Help us fulfill our dream of purchasing the John Carter franchise from the Edgar Rice Burroughs estate. You won't regret it.
You won't regret it.
All right. Well, it's been fun. See you on the flip side.
Bye.
This has been a Lore to Legends podcast, a production of Thunder Bear Studios.